As we're gathering up here, welcome everybody. I'm Rita McGrath, professor at Columbia Business School, and I'm talking to you remotely from Princeton, New Jersey. And my guest today is David Kittert, the CEO and co-founder of Bionic, which we're going to hear a lot more about shortly. But as we're getting going, a couple of housekeeping things. So the webinar is being recorded, so please don't put anything in here that you don't want preserved for posterity. It does mean also that if you registered for the webinar, you'll be able to access the recordings. The format is pretty free form. We will try to leave room for your questions. If we don't get to a question in the context of the live conversation, David and I will touch base and get back to you with answers at some point in the future, because I'm sure that'll be really, really interesting. Okay, should we do this thing?
Yeah, exciting.
Okay. So, David, I'm just absolutely delighted that we're having a second part conversation. In this part, I'd like to really focus on you and your work. And I thought we could just start with a bit of background about you, about Bionic, what you do, what your philosophy is, because I think it may not be as well known to people that aren't right in our little community here.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, very grateful, Rita. I know it's a wild moment for everyone, but always love getting time with you and finding ways to more deeply integrate what we do on top of your pioneering work. Your contributions have been a huge part of what Bionic does and what we talk about in the world. Bionic is now 7 years old. It's a bootstrap startup in New York City, or I'd say distributed around New York City now, a little over 50 people. And I've been a startup founder now 4 times, 3 venture-backed SaaS companies, 2 work, 1 didn't. And an angel investor in about 40 startups in the last 15 years through 2 personal funds. And as a side hustle, I just like to work with teams to write articles and books. I had 2 in business, the Startup Playbook, and now most recently New to Big, which really describes Bionic's model, which is around this concept of a growth operating system. The idea, thank you, the idea that every company needs to do that $0 to $100 million discovery of growth, and our model produces that outcome. So it's kind of prescient as well. There's the demand in the world for growth is quite extraordinary now, and will be required by everybody as the customer needs in the world have all been changed.
Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about when you say install a growth operating system. I think I know what it means, but maybe people that are viewing might not know what that looks like.
Yeah. Well, in principle, it frames what companies have today, which is in most cases the big to bigger, the organization machine that is about planning, and it's about knowability in a way. It does administration by degree around the markets that exist. And one of the big mindset shift is shifting from, we call it TAM to TAP, from a total addressable marketplace view of the world, which is planned, and to a total addressable problem or need view of the world. And in that shift is going from linear to portfolio theory, really, because in discovery, it's really about the unknowable. It's about launching a large volume of small bets into a need or problem, not tech, not what we know, but to answer, what is the customer problem? What is our solution, our proprietary gift in solving it? That $0 to $100 million in revenue, that first discovery revenue, has really been solved as a management level. It's called venture capital and entrepreneurship. So in the same way we teach at a master's degree level administration, this skill is actually adoptable and doable as an integrated way of working. And that growth transformation is what Bionic does for large organizations all over the world, P&G, Citigroup, Nike, and others. It's been a huge impact on their ability to have adaptability and speed in this moment.